Good morning to you all. Today, the topic which we'll be discussing is the break-even analysis. Break-even analysis.
Sir, where no gain condition.
Hello?
Sir, in break-even point, no profit, no loss condition, no.
Yes. So, can you see that whatever I have written in the copy, is it visible?
No, sir, it is not visible.
It's not visible now.
No, sir.
Here, see, I have written break-even analysis. Hello?
Sir, we are getting the white page picture only.
But
If you move towards,
no.
yes, sir.
So
Left
camera
side,
position is not correct.
yes, sir.
Now that it is written break-even analysis is not visible.
Sir, you just do one thing. You move the phone towards your left. I think up and down like that we can see. I think. Yes, sir.
I
Now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So break-even analysis, what is this? Break-even analysis is used by the managers, to judge the viability of the project. To judge the viability of the project. Suppose a new project you are taking up, whether this project, before you take up the project, you need to think the amount of money you will be investing, being a manager or the entrepreneur, that must be profitable. So you must have the return on investment, sizable return on investment. So that is why you need to judge the you need to judge whether your project will be viable or not, whether your product after production will be sold out in the market or not. So for that, there are different techniques. Break-even analysis is one, ratio analysis is another, and those are done through the estimation, regression equation, market research. Those are all done to do the break-even analysis or ratio analysis. Actually, here, as per your syllabus, break-even analysis is included. So that's what you have to know, the break-even analysis only. So what is break-even analysis? The manager, using this break-even analysis or analyzing the break-even point or estimating the break-even level of sales, then manager wants to judge whether after production, after launching the product in the market, this product or the project will be viable, project will be justified to start or not. So that is why break-even analysis is done. Actually, here break-even analysis determines the break-even level of output, and it also determines the price. So, at what level of output the manager or the entrepreneur need to produce, and then manager also do the market research, estimates the amount of sales what the manager will be able to sell in the market, manager will be able to sell the product in the market. If it is found that the estimated level of sales volume is greater than the calculated amount of sales volume, then the project will be viable. And because, see here, the estimated sales, for example, 6,000. So manager determines or estimates that yes, 6,000 units of the product uh, will be produced and that will be sold in the market. This is as per the estimation, statistical estimation. After that, your calculation shows that break-even level of volume or the break-even level of sales is 5,000 units of output. Then you see you are producing less than the estimated amount. So that means it is understood that all of your products will be sold out in the market. So your project is accepted, is viable to launch the project in the market. But if you find yes, the estimated estimated sales volume is 5,000, whereas your calculated volume of sales, break-even sales shows 6,000. That means if you produce 6,000 units of output, you will reach to the break-even level. Break-even level means the no profit, no loss situation. In break-even level, being an entrepreneur, neither you will be getting profit nor you will be getting loss, but you need to produce 6,000. Otherwise, you might be having loss. So at least 6,000 units of output you have to produce, whereas the market demand or the estimated volume says through the statistical estimation, it says it is 5,000. So in that case, what will happen? 1,000. That means you will be able to sell maximum of 5,000, and your loss will be 1,000. By producing 6,000, in this case also you are getting no loss, no profit situation. Again, if you are unable to sell another 1,000 units of output, then your total volume of total loss will be more. In that case, the project cannot be taken up. So project will not be viable. So if the entrepreneur wants to continue the same project, in that case, he has to reduce the cost of production. And reducing the cost of production, then the estimated volume of sales, even if it is 6,000, then the estimated, again, market research has to be done, because as per the quality of the product, how many will be produced, or even if it is 5,000 also, if the cost level is reduced, then amount of loss will be minimized. In that case, the project will be taken up. This, whatever I have said here now in break-even analysis, the summary, I shall show you now through mathematical presentation and the graphical presentation how the break-even analysis is done. So I said break-even analysis helps the manager to take decision whether the project will be taken up or not. Break-even analysis, or the break-even volume of output, is break-even level of output refers to the no profit, no loss situation, which states that total revenue is equal to total cost. So total revenue will be equal to the total cost at the point where total revenue curve and the total cost curve will intersect each other. So let me draw the diagram first. Two-dimensional diagram, and this horizontal axis we are measuring output, denoted by Q, and this is origin O, where the coordinates 0, 0, and here we are measuring price, cost, revenue, those things, revenue, those are measured. Now, say this is the total cost curve. Total cost includes both total fixed cost and total variable cost. Now, fixed cost is always fixed. It is parallel to the horizontal axis. So this is TFC, total fixed cost. So this is the total amount of fixed cost, and this is the total amount of variable cost. So altogether, this is the amount of total cost. Because we know total cost, the total cost equal to TFC plus TVC. So total cost is TFC plus TVC. So here, this is the amount of TFC and this is an amount of TVC. So altogether it comes to TC, total cost. Now we'll draw the total revenue curve. This is TR, total revenue curve. Now see, break-even point says, or at break-even point, at BEP, break-even point, TR equal to TC. TR equal to TC means total revenue equal to total cost, where total revenue will be equal to total cost, the point at which total revenue intersects to total cost curve, the point at which total revenue intersects the total cost curve. Total cost curve. Now this is the point. Look, this is the point here. Total revenue and total cost intersects to each other at this point. Total revenue and total cost intersects to each other. Now corresponding level of output you draw. Corresponding level of output you draw. Say this is the amount of output, OQ. So here break-even level of output, break-even output equal to OQ. Break-even output equal to OQ. OQ is the break-even amount of output. Now this is the volume of fixed cost. So this is total fixed cost. This is total fixed cost, and this is total cost TC, because this is the level of cost curve. This is the level of cost curve. So this is total cost, and if this is total fixed cost, then this will be total variable cost. Total variable cost. So total cost includes both PVC plus TFC. PVC plus TFC, and this is the break-even point. Break-even point, because break-even point is that point at which total revenue equal to total cost. Total revenue equal to total cost will be that point at which revenue and cost curve intersects to each other. This is total cost curve and this is total revenue curve. Since they have intersected at this point, therefore this is break-even point. Suppose this break-even point you are measuring by E. So E is the break-even point. Now this is total revenue, this is total cost. So the amount of earning over the cost is called the profit. Is called the profit. Is called the profit. This is what? This is net profit. Net profit. So net profit equal to total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost. So total revenue includes what? Net profit, total variable cost, and total fixed cost. All are included in under the total revenue. Total revenue. Now, as this is the graphical presentation, from the graphical presentation, we have known from the BEP analysis that BEP is that point, break-even point is that point at which total revenue equal to total cost. So total revenue and total cost will be equal at the point where revenue and cost curve, total revenue and total cost curve intersects to each other. Since at point E, total revenue and total costs have intersect to each other, therefore E is considered as the break-even point. And the break-even level of output is OQ, and the break-even level of price, for example, this is OP, break-even level of price. Now, being a manager, you will calculate, you will see this OQ amount. Say OQ amount, for example, here your is coming 5,000. So 5,000 units of output you will produce, because you know, as this is the break-even level at which no profit no loss situation arises. If you can produce maximum minimum this amount, below that if you produce you will incur loss. So minimum 5,000 units of the output you have to produce, so that your profit will not arise, but no profit loss, no loss situation will be there. And this is the point C, no profit no loss. After that, if you produce, then profit will be generated. If you produce this will be greater than OQ, because corresponding this. So OQ is the minimum point at which no profit no loss situation arises. And here you will see from market estimation, you have calculated this market demand of your product will be 6,000. So that means in the market maximum 6,000 units you will be able to sell, and your break-even says 5,000. So if you produce 5,000, automatically, since market demand is 6,000, you will be able to sell this. Even if the estimated market demand is 5,000, then also you will be able to sell the product. So you will not be in the you will not incur loss. That means if you produce 5,000 or more, there won't be any problem, but maximum up to 6,000. If you produce more than 6,000, your product will not be sold out in the market. So here you see estimated market demand is greater than the calculated volume of sales, calculated volume of sales, or BEP. Break even output, break even output or break even volume. So estimated is greater than the break even, greater than the break even. Since estimated is greater, then you can understand easily your product will be sold out in the market. So project is viable, VIABLE, viable project. You can take up this project. You can take up this project. There is no problem. But if you find this estimated is say 4,000, estimated is 4,000, estimated is 4,000, whereas your break even is 5,000. So in that case, estimated volume is less than the break even volume. Estimated is less than the break even volume. So minimum you have to produce 5,000. Minimum you have to produce 5,000, whereas your sale will be 4,000. Because at the situation of cost, you have calculated whatever the cost will be required, cost of production you have to spend. With that, you have to produce minimum 5,000 units of output. Otherwise, you will be getting loss. Whereas the market demand is 4,000. In that case, what will happen? You will be getting loss. So project will not be accepted. It will be rejected project. The project will be rejected project. So how can you? For a new product, then if the project is rejected, whether being an entrepreneur or being a manager, you will reject the project. So you will not take up. So in that case, being a manager, your job will not be there. So because you have been recruited in that organization for a new project only. So in this project, if you cannot take up, if you cannot sustain this project, then, or if you cannot continue, if you cannot launch the project in the market, your job will not be there. So you will be thrown out. In that case, what will happen? Being a manager, you need to think how to reduce the cost. In reducing the cost, you will find if you can reduce the break-even level of output, say at least 4,000, and estimated market demand is also 4,000, then at least estimated demand is equal to the break-even volume. Since estimated demand is equal to break-even volume, then also you'll be able to sustain in the market. Or if it is less than 4,000, say 3,500 is the break-even volume, whereas market demand is 4,000, then it is well and good. And it will be accepted up to 4,000 if it is break-even. By reducing the cost, if you can reduce the break-even volume, say 4,000 or below 4,000, then your project will be again accepted. Here lies the importance of break-even analysis. This is the graphical presentation I have shown you. Now mathematically we can draw this. We can derive the break-even volume. Say TR equal to TC, we know. TR is the total revenue, and TC is the